Welcome to the Katie's Arms with me, Katie Hopkins. I'm a minute early, so I'm quite proud of myself. And as many of you will know by now, this is supposed to be our pub online. Although I think actually some people were telling me they're actually going to the pub now. They're in the pub now at 8 o'clock. So I'm super proud of you if you're already in the pub. That is the way to be doing this. If you can get to a pub, go with your friends. Ignore me on here. Also do that. Don't stay in to watch this, because the point of this was to kind of find a place to be together whilst everybody else was being an asshole about lockdown. So if you have a choice of not being here online and looking at your phone and being out there with some actual people drinking actual vodka in a real pub, definitely go and do that. I know that's not how podcasts are supposed to work or any of these live things, and you're supposed to say, join, subscribe, do all this. But my ultimate goal is not that. My ultimate goal is that everyone is just out having a nice time. People stop wanting to freaking kill themselves because lockdown was so shit, and that you all have a much better life. People saying staying in to watch this beats going to the pub. It really doesn't. If I've become the reason people are now locking themselves down to watch this crap, that's just become a nightmare right there. Now, we are going to go to this shortly. I've had my gay friends saying this is more than we expected. We're going to talk about vagina magic. So on that point, any of my children, mother, relatives, men that might be embarrassed easily, gay men who didn't want to know about vaginas and labias, maybe now's the time to do something else, because this is coming up. Mother, we say it every week, the rest of the Insta family agrees with me, you need to be going and watching Monty Don. We talk about this. This isn't for you, Mum. This is for other people who are pissed off with stuff or need to laugh or laugh at me or laugh with me or whatever. So no older mother talking about vaginas, because that's not a thing. Like, you don't ever tell your mother, like when you're going to have a baby, you don't ever go to the point of how that baby got there with your parents, do you? So like couples announce to their parents, oh, we're going to have a baby, but then nobody ever goes, oh, how did that get there? Which is what I'm going to do to my kids, actually. If any of my daughters, or my son for that matter, maybe not so much my son, but my daughters, if they come and tell me that they're pregnant, I'm going to be like, and how did that get there? How did that happen? I'm not going to do that weird mum thing that goes, oh, how exciting, I'm going to be a grandma. I'm just going to talk about vaginas and be like, little bit awkward. Or ask to see his winky. Ask to check it. Anyway, so that's what's happening in my life. Now, I wanted to say some things, and I wrote them down even, because that's how, oh, look, I talk about it with my daughter. Vaginas or how the baby got there? Don't know. Yes, I wanted to say some things, and I wanted to make sure I had said this, but I wanted to say to everybody and anybody who went to the march, Freedom March, walk in London, whatever you called that, that we definitely didn't help promote or encourage anyone to attend, or if you were part of the Telegram community that helped spread that word, when you definitely didn't do that. I can't tell you. I spent most of the time watching any of those clips that you were kind enough to send me, katie@katiehopkins.co.uk. I spent most of the time in tears, rewatching it, watching people just have the best day as well. And it was so lovely I might just put my vagina cream down for a minute. It was so amazing to see everybody, to see the happiness. I know that feeling. It's the same at MAGA rallies here in America. It's a feeling, it's almost like a festival. It is not political at all. It's not the sort of nasty Remainers versus Brexiteers that we had going on. It's none of that. This is just like a festival of people that just want the best for each other. And so that's the joy of where we've arrived at, is that we've arrived at a place that actually lockdown and all that shit, apart from the potato in a wig being a complete dildo and needing to be got rid of immediately, and he's a Tory, so whatever. But we've got to a point where we're now at a sort of, it's a apolitical, non-political thing, where there's a big old group of us, I'm going to say 20 million, who just want everybody to feel all right about themselves. We just want everyone to feel better about themselves, and we want them to have the most fun they can have with their family, whatever that involves doing, or whatever they need to do to get through the bloody day. That's kind of our new politics. That's kind of the party that I want to lead. The party of do what the pissing hell you want, as long as you don't annoy someone else, do it. I'm not quite sure that that's a snazzy name for a political party, but you see where I'm going. People marching in London or walking in London just to show their kind of solidarity with each other. That's the stuff. Those are the people we need. And those are the best of us. And it doesn't have shit to do with colour or religion or any of the other bullcrap we're constantly being thrust down our faces. We just want people to be happy. So that day was just so blinding, and being able to share it on. So I feel guilty. I wasn't there. I'm sorry. I know lots of people are like, Katie, you bitch, where are you? It's all very well for you over there, you bitch, where are you? I get it. You're cross. And I'm sorry for that. But I do have a way here of being on stages and telling the truth of what the pissing hell is going on in the UK. And that is a service I can still provide. And it annoys the British government that I'm here, because obviously I'm not allowed to be. I'm like an illegal immigrant, except I don't get shit. Don't get a free hotel. Don't get free Medicaid. Nothing. Just the wrong skin colour, which is sort of racist in itself. If I wasn't white, I'd probably get a whole bunch of free stuff by being an illegal, but I don't. But anyway, I'm spreading the word here. And so by having those videos of you guys being part of the March for Freedom, I just, on Gab, on Parler, on Instagram, and then other Americans saw other people in other countries, and they were like, oh, the British people woke up. And it was like, yes, and I could speak about everybody and be proud, be like, yeah, the lions are back and we're roaring. So, yeah, I don't know. I suppose what I'm trying to say is thank you. Thank you to everybody who went. Get me going anytime. Thank you to anybody who took the time. You probably, it cost you money to get there, parking, trains, expensive stuff, probably taking crap from people. But what you did was just amazing. So thank you. And as soon as I get back and as soon as I can be there, I will be. Any others that you need help with or I can help, definitely not spread the word about, do let me know. And I think one of the things that won't be talked about, just like you saw the media wouldn't talk about any of it, are you trans? Why always the trans thing with me? No, I'm not drunk. No, I haven't had my lips done. And no, I'm not trans. I just have arm muscles that scare soys and small men, which I'm assuming you're one of. The thing I think it did, it will have resonated. I know inside the powers of number 10 and 11 and the rest, and civil servants will have sat down, looked at that march and know that the line has been drawn. So you may not have seen it on the news. You may not have seen it on any of the Sky, any of the bullshit that you're fed constantly that people call news. It doesn't even deserve the term news. Media doesn't even deserve the term media because it's just bullshit. But and anybody who's paid or on payroll at any media organisation is part of the bullshit. For any story not to make it, it has to go through layers and layers of men. I've been there. And each of those men has to decide, and women too, little bitches, but men too, they have to decide to look the other way. And they're paid by you often, BBC, taxpayers' money, they're paid to look the other way. It's not just one person decided, no, we're not going to show that shit. It's an organisational thing dictated by heads of the establishment, charities, heads of religious organisations. Anyway, we won't go down that rabbit hole. The point is you drew a line. The lions awoke and you drew a line. And all of a sudden, one of the headlines in the following day was, oh, March and May could be a bigger reopening than planned. That's you guys. That's you. You did that. Once you draw a line for the establishment, they know, shit, we might not be able to push these poor bastards much further. We might not be able to take all their roads, their private vehicles. We might not be able to stop them soon. Shit, if these 20 million people start working together and say, screw your masks, we might not be able to control them. Shit, they're not clapping on their doorsteps anymore, are they? They're not bowing down every time someone passes them in some scrubs. Maybe this is all going to fall apart. Exactly. Stick together. You're drawing the line, and you were epic and marvellous, and you made me cry all day. So let's go from me crying to vaginas, because I think you'll agree that link is pretty seamless. And it's a segue. I could have done that on LBC, couldn't I? Any day of the week. Just move seamlessly from Freedom March to vaginas. You see, that's why my radio show was, to say it, the most listened to radio show on a Sunday. Obviously had to go because can't have someone telling the truth now, can we, darlings? So let's get it here. I'm not promoting this. It's not an advert. I have nothing to do with anything. Although we've all agreed, I think, haven't we, darlings, that I am now officially an influencer because my necklace was like, I think £1.50 on Etsy, and people asked where I got things from. So I'm still waiting for the freaking tickets to Dubai. Just saying, Daily Mail. Not that Daily Mail can talk about me anymore because I'm obviously a racist Nazi. But anyway, back to vaginas. Ooh, ITV. Make a note to self. I need to update you on the inner workings of ITV. I've seen the bullshit that's going on with this poor chap, Noel Clarke. I mean, whether he groped women or not. I mean, what a load of shit. But I can give you some inside scoop on how things go at ITV, just so you know. But first, before we do ITV, let's do Influencer Katie Talks Vaginas. So I was given this in the street in America. And it's the idea of it is that it makes your vagina high and tight. And I think it also stops your labia from drooping. Now, I can't tell you if it works or not yet. See, I'm not really influencing anyone, am I? Because I haven't tried it yet. And so I did talk maybe about doing a before and after, which I might do. But it does mean that if someone hacks my phone again, they would get those shots. And I don't know that anybody, I don't even know do I wish that on a hacker? What? No. I mean, I'm sure my vagina's fine and that I've never had any complaints. Nobody's ever written in to complain about it. But I'm just saying, as we get older, my darlings, this is where gay boys just hold on and resist. Hold on to something. As we get older, gravity takes an effect. Things that used to be high and tight get lower and less tight. I think that's where I think we can say that. Now, in order to frighten people more successfully, I used to say that my labia claps when I walk. So I used to say, like, look, it's just me here giving you a round of applause. This was at the same time as people were saying that I was like this racist, sexist, homophobic, misogynistic, Islamophobic Nazi. In the background, people were like, how do people work with her? Well, because I'm pretty funny. And so, yeah, I would say that my labia clapped when I walk. Or like for when I was sued and I had my home taken and a new law was making just for me, I said that the new libel law is lower than my labia. So my labia has always been a kind of rolling joke. Okay, I don't know if my husband's going to be enjoying any of this, but this idea of it clapping. In fact, I got taken to lunch a couple of days ago at somewhere called the Pink Taco. I could share the pictures. And I didn't know, although it was my gay friend, that the Pink Taco was the Pink Taco, you know? So I didn't know that Pink Taco is a name for your shibbity wibbity bops. And I was thinking about how I would describe my pink taco, but it didn't look like the one on the wall of the bar, which I now realise wasn't a taco. It was, anyway, this. And it says, hold on, I've got to do that thing like my mother used to do where you have to put it over here to read it. Like in a supermarket, you know, when you pick things up, you can't read shit, so you have to do this, and then you realise your arms aren't long enough. That's what happens when you get older as well, people. In fact, if you can see out your own eyeballs now and you can read things like here, really be happy for that. So like if you think lockdown's shit, which it is, and all politicians are shit, which it is, and COVID is a load of old shit and vaccinations are a load of old shit too, don't put a freaking medical warning on this Instagram and you just piss off. But if you've got eyeballs right now, be happy for that. Because the day comes where you don't have eyeballs anymore, you have to start putting these things on and then you can't read shit and it's really annoying. Right, use daily as often as desired. So what you're going to do, just pull over in the Starbucks and just whack on some V Magic. Oh, my labia feels a bit droopy. Might just sort that out over my iced latte. Usage. V Magic is an all-natural vulva. What a great word. Vulva and intimate. I don't like the word intimate, but I do like the word vulva. I think it sounds kind of moderately Icelandic, but that's, I think, because of Volvo. Yeah, different with the U. Vulva. That, I don't know why I need to do it in that voice either. That soothes, protects, and calms sensitive and tender skin. What the hell? I don't want soothing, I don't want protecting, and I certainly don't want calming in that department, darlings. If anything, we want, you know, va-va-voom and excitement. Hold on. My throat's a bit dry. I don't know why. Right, hold on. I'm looking at the instruction manual for my vagina cream. It's going to provide immediate relief for dryness, redness, itching, burning, and general discomfort. I don't have any of... Maybe my friend wasn't being such a friend at all. Burning and general discomfort caused by hormone changes. Oh my God, get this. Now this has a different meaning in the UK to anywhere else, obviously, because this is 100% not good. I think this is an arrestable offence. Well, certainly would be for me. So bring it, West Midlands. Let's see you give it your best shot. I'm in LA. Send some of your dodgy cops over here, darlings, to come and arrest me for this one. But anyway, my vagina cream, not only is it going to sort out redness and itching, but get this, caused by hormone changes, pregnancy, grooming. Grooming. That means a different thing here in the States. That means like feminine grooming. That means like waxing, strips, blah, 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 blah. Grooming, West Midlands, different thing altogether. I'm not sure the imams are handing out V-Magic. Okay, like I said, this is going to end up with me being arrested. Chemical imbalance or intimate activity. Now that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Finally, they get to intimate activity. Why do they have to put that last? Surely, if you're sort of hotty buying V-Magic, your intimate activity wants to be up at the top of the list of the things that you're buying it for. None of this itchy, ready, dryness stuff. Bah. Anyway, safe for all ages, darlings, and all skin types. This vagina cream does not discriminate, my loves. But if you're into grooming, it's just the thing. Must have a word with Sadiq Khan. Anyway, my loves, so that was my vagina cream thing. And I guess the point of it is, what is the point of it? The point of it is, in Beverly Hills, there is a lot you can do for your vagina. And I've been offered a lot of it. You can have your labia chopped off, although nobody advertised it in this fashion. You can put this cream on. You can have, my girlfriend's having, what's she having? But this gesture's not probably helpful. She's having lasers. So they go up with a laser. Would that cream soothe my itchy foreskin? It doesn't say, darling, on the label. And if you have that problem, I think just go and have it taken off or something. And don't tell everybody here, because that's not going to help you. I wanted to talk to people about dating. I'm very concerned that young people probably aren't dating or seeing each other or just meeting up and doing really naughty things. So I do think there's a sort of an extension of Katie's arms to have I think we've done this before, haven't we, K-Date? But I do worry. I want young people to be dating more. And I don't think people are, because everyone's so terrified of their own freaking reflection these days. So for God's sake, like when I was young, we just did what the hell we wanted. Get people to leave their phones at home and just date more people. That wasn't really on topic. But yes, in Beverly Hills, there's lots you can have done to your bits to make them higher and tighter. And my girlfriend says that her husband is very pleased with the result of what she had done. But I would say that husbands would probably be bound to say that, right? Because if they're getting some action, they're not going to say, oh no, it still feels saggy, or no, I can still hear an echo. Whoop, whoop, whoop. They're going to just tell you it feels great, right? Because any sex for married men, what a bonus. Okay, good. We may touch on this again next week or another topic, but I think maybe it's a good thing to talk about, because I'm sure not many people are talking about this sort of thing, because everyone's scared shitless of saying the wrong thing, and no one can talk about things that happen in our own lives. Everyone has to pretend to be perfect. And frankly, I'm not. I think we worked that out quite a long time ago. So let me explain some things about the tossers at ITV. People may know or remember a time when I used to be on ITV a lot. Tyler was a sort of a bit of a moment there, 12.5 million views, the most views they've ever got off a single clip in the history of ITV. And then I used to be on quite regularly. And actually what would happen is people used to say, oh, did you just say that shit for funsies? No. What would happen is they would tell me their boring shit topic they were going to talk about. I would think about how I would talk about it in a more interesting way. I would come on the show and talk. That's how that worked. So it wasn't like me going, hey, I've got a shit idea for something shit to talk about. Their shitty producers would have a shit idea, hand it to me, and I would make it a better idea. That's how that all set up. Let's take the Tyler example. They sent me a shit survey on shit boring names, and it was the worst segment they could ever have done. It was like ITV, people without a brain cell, just like, what can we talk about today? So I don't know what that voice was either. I'm not sure it's appropriate to use retard voice anymore. So They used to send me their topics. I used to go on the show, talk about the thing. And so the name thing came about because it was a statistical study that said people care about the names they give their kids. And I was explaining that some kids and some names are just shitty names. And you know the kid's going to be shitty. Because in every school there's a biting kid called Tyler. And if you ever go on public transport or a bus, there's some Tyler being a twat. That's just how that works. That's just how that is. And the reason it got 12, 14, 21 million views before they pulled it down, because nobody can be seen to be talking to me, is that people related to it. If you're just a lunatic cow screaming at the sky about bullshit, no one's going to watch it. You touch on the heart of people who know that they feel a little bit that way, or they know someone who feels that way, or they know a frickin' Tyler who was always a pain in the ass and maybe bit their own daughter or had some kind of itchy skin disorder thing. That's the reason that stuff works, because it's just a human truth. So that was the ITV thing back then. I got removed from ITV fairly early on in my removal career of being fired from everything, because already ITV were headed in the direction of cancelling freaking everyone. I don't agree with the word cancel culture either. Nobody cancels you. You get a freaking hand grenade put under your pillow and they push you until you blooming kill yourself. The story about my daughter. That's such... What was I on with that? Was it about my daughter's boobs? Or is that's kind of inappropriate too? Okay, I can't remember what I was going to tell you about my daughter, but it was a really good one, wasn't it? ITV, yes. So they removed me from everything because a long time ago, probably 10 years ago, they were headed down that line of trying to be more politically correct. And you've seen it get worse and worse and worse. So now they've just come for... I don't know what even the guy's name is. It Noel Clarke, I guess. Let me just check. Noel Clarke, I think, because he's supposed to have groped some women, 20 women, 40 women, whatever. And because of that, they've removed a programme that most viewers have spent freaking 4 hours watching, wanted to see the final episode, and ITV have to come out and be all, oh, we're whiter than white, or you're probably not allowed to be whiter than white these days, are you? We're blacker than black. Probably better. We're blacker than black, therefore we're cancelling everything. What a load of old shit. I don't give a toss what your view is on Me Too. I mean, frankly, I say screw you, Me Too. I'm so bored of women complaining about the fact they were touched once. Like, freaking get it. Why didn't you deal with it at the time? And if you were that worried about being touched that much, get some V-Magic and, reduce the irritation. Also, women have just got this real thing. Instead of being powerful women by being strong or being tough or being badass, they have to be women by being a victim. That is not the sort of women I want to be around. I don't want to be a victim woman. I don't want to have a voice because I'm a victim and someone once touched me. Damn it. At 46, you freaking hope people will touch you, darling. So women piss me off. Also, they wait 15 years ago, he once, fingered me in a lift. Okay, brilliant. And why didn't you say anything 15 years ago? Is it because you were still kind of trying to climb the greasy pole? In that sense, and you would have done anything to do that, but now maybe you've got somewhere or didn't get somewhere, so now you want to talk about it. If you've waited 15 years to talk about something that makes you feel violated, I'm just going to say that I'm not that bothered. It's a bit like all the bloody, it's all of the Weinstein, wasn't it, women coming out saying, oh yeah, he did that to me. Oh, but I waited till I got my Oscar to tell you about it. Yeah, funny that. I'm not defending Noel in particular, if that is indeed his name, but this idea that you can just be accused and then have your life completely shagged. So if he wakes up tomorrow, well, he wouldn't wake up dead. But you know how I always tell you, they'll keep going until you hang from a tree. So if he swings from a tree tomorrow because he cannot see a way forward, which is where that poor boy's head will be right now, whatever the shit he did, Jesus. I mean, I don't know about religion and me, but I do know that no one deserves to have this happen to their life and people dive on in and enjoy it. And if you're the sort of person that is enjoying seeing him suffer, don't be that person, because it is not nice, and you would never wish it on someone. I don't wish it on him. If he was here now, I'd grab him and tell him it will be all right and he has to hold on, because right about now I guarantee he's wondering how he could get out of this and how he can end it. And that is what we've done every time. And then in a minute, someone will hashtag frickin' be kind. Piss off with your be kind and just be nice and don't jump on some bandwagon. But for ITV's perspective, get that frickin' thing on your thing. Get that programme back up. Because guess what people have at home? Hold on. I was looking for a prop, but I don't think you need one because you know what a remote control looks like. But people have a remote control, right? They can decide if they want to watch or not. The rest of the cast and crew and production team and lighting and camera and runners all invested in that frigging program. Let it run. If you disagree with the guy, you think he did something bad, maybe he did touch a woman, whatever, you could turn it off. We don't need ITV now being our parents as well. Because guess what? The government decided to be our parents for the last frickin' year and a half. And it's too much. We need to free people. Let people make their own damn choices. Free everybody to do what they want, make their choices themselves. Stop parenting us. For fuck's sake. Okay, I feel better. Now, you're my favourite, keep going. Isn't that so sweet? I was looking at that thinking, right, maybe I should ask people. Oh, people are saying yes to that. I know, my darlings. And this is why common sense, if they would just let me back on the radio, darlings, we could do this every week. But we're not allowed. People keep asking me when I'm going to do, my stand-up or my staff or do my little routine here in the UK or with you in the UK, and I can't. It's so annoying. Because I know it's not politics. I know it's not political. It's just people that want the best for each other, and I'm not allowed. That's the UK today, it's a craziness. But ITV have gone long, long way down the rabbit hole. I mean, really, I hope they're still going to get their advertising money as well. Once they've put it on Hub, they'll still get the advertising revenue off of that. So for them, it's kind of a win-win. They can kind of virtue signal that they're blacker than black, but they still get their ad revenue. You just need to get some of the tossers out of that organisation. Have a look at ITV and see who's running the show. See who's up there on the boss. He was the one of those guys was the one that banned me from the show altogether. So, or banned me from ITV rather. They're just freaking scared. They're scared, and the power is coming back to us. The real truth tellers. You can't stop the truth, no matter what you do to someone. It doesn't matter if you end them or not. Right. Bless you. Go, Katie. Thank you. And I don't know where I got these from. Next time I buy something, I'll try and remember, and then I can tell you where I got it from. I don't even know where these are from. I do have other things to show you actually, but we've run out of time, so we'll have to keep it for another time. Somebody the other day, I'm tempted to go and get it. Someone gave me a riding crop. Hold on. I sound like I'm making that up. 1 second. So, this... I'm not saying that in any way my trip round America is kind of weird, but people do come up and present me with vagina creams and riding crops. In fact, I've got a good mind to take this to the airport. So tomorrow I'm going to fly to Florida and start my 4-week tour of Florida. So if you're in Florida, please do check out Instagram. Email me, Katie@KatieHopkins, if you need dates. I look forward to seeing you on the road. I got a bit distracted by my riding crop now. But the riding crop point is, I'm thinking what I might do at LAX tomorrow, because LAX is kind of full of soy boys and Democrats. Is not that it's political. Is take my riding crop with me. And then if someone asked me to put my mask on, I could just sort of intimidate them slightly. Or maybe I just keep it over my shoulder and then, although if I whack people through, it's quite good. If I whack people through LAX airport, I'm thinking that could be the deportation moment, couldn't it? It's not going to help me with a visa anytime soon. Anyway, my darlings, keep the gifts coming. I can't tell you where this is from to buy you one, but it's from a darling lady who's hotter than hot and wears feathers for a living. So good on her. Thank you so much again for joining me and for being part of this. As much as I am an arsehole, and we all know that, I do genuinely want everybody to be okay, including Noel. If you're watching this, babe, by some random chance, given you've been accused of groping and lost every job you've had, I'm always here for anybody if you need me. And I will catch up with you next week. I will be in Florida. I'm going to go to the Villages, which is where all old people can live together. Not old people, but fun people can live together in the Villages. It spans 3 counties, and they get together. And there's those people you've seen on the golf carts that all go and visit each other. I think it's got the highest rate of syphilis and herpes in America, which is brilliant. Maybe actually I could get some of this to sell. And so I intend to be naked on a golf cart in the Villages drinking margaritas this time next week. In fact, what would be great is to bring you the Katie's arms on a golf cart, wouldn't it? So that's what we're going to try and do. And love you all. Have a great evening. And remember, if you've got eyesight, be happy for it. If you have a dry vagina, maybe avoid this, do something else, and go and have the most fun you can have. Don't let anybody tell you what to do. And remember that the time for asking permission is over, and the time for waiting for an answer is through. You do you. You make decisions for you, nobody else. And if anyone comes at you with one of those faces from hell, just smile, 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 and kill them with kindness. And it's what I do every day, and it works every time. Anyway, all the very best from me, Katie Hopkins.